Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This isn't going to be a typical video like the ones I usually post, but it's something that's been on my mind for a while now. Today I'm going to be sharing something personal, my experience with 3 women I once really admired and how their actions impacted me. It's been tough to reflect on this, but I feel like it's time to share my side of the story with you. I want to make it clear that this video is not about attacking anyone or trying to harm anyone. I'm not looking to hurt anyone in any way. This is just me trying to make sense of my emotions and what's happened. I've been planning on doing this for months, not just because a lot of my friends have been telling me I need to, but also because I need to do it for myself. I need to process what's happened, and I want to share it for others who may have gone through similar pain and been left in silence. This is about honesty, healing, and hope. I'm neurodivergent, and sometimes expressing myself is difficult, but doing this, sharing my story, is part of my healing process. I hope that by being open, I can finally let go of some of the weight that's been on me. I want to thank those who have supported me in this journey, and for those of you watching who may relate, I hope you know that you're not alone. So with that said, I'm going to start by reflecting on the first woman. Also, before I begin reflecting, I just want to mention that I'm looking over here instead of directly ahead. I've written everything down to help me stay on track and make sure I say what's been weighing on me. That way I can focus on sharing my thoughts clearly without losing my place. Now let's get started. I discovered the first woman just before the first lockdown. Her ASMR dishwashing videos became a lifeline for me. I was looking for something to soothe my overwhelming stress, and her videos offered me just that. The way she turned dishwashing into something calming and sensory was exactly what I needed, especially due to my autism. Her content became a safe place for me during an uncertain time. Also, I have a special interest in cleaning and cleaning gloves because of my autism. Since I was about 7, I've been drawn to them. They provide sensory comfort to me, and I'll always find comfort in them. They're a part of me and who I am as a person. The hardest part was realizing that all but one of her ASMR dishwashing videos had been set to private just before the start of the second lockdown, including the ones that helped me through tough times, which was all of them. I never got an explanation. Then I noticed that my comments started disappearing, and I realized she had blocked me. At first I didn't understand. I thought it was just a glitch, but when I figured it out, it hurt. I felt rejected, confused, and still don't know why it happened. The pain wasn't just about being blocked, it was the silence. I had only ever tried to engage and show appreciation for her content, but I was left with no explanation, only questions that have stayed with me ever since. Despite the hurt, I still value her content. I'm sharing this not to attack her, but to express the pain of feeling misunderstood. I still don't know why it happened, but I needed to share my side of the story. Now that I've reflected on the first woman, I'll move on to the second woman. This story is a bit different, but it impacted me just as much. The second woman was someone I admired for a long time. Her ASMR roleplays felt caring and soothing, and they always helped me feel at ease. She made people feel heard and valued, which is something I deeply respected. Her content brought me comfort during tough times. In mid-July last year, I emailed her to express my appreciation for her content, and I asked if she might consider doing ASMR maid roleplays with the light blue cleaning gloves she wore in a vlog. I didn't expect a quick reply, but I hoped she'd see the sincerity behind my message. However, in early January of this year, I discovered her pregnancy announcement videos, one on her ASMR channel and one on her vlog channel. I commented on both, but looking back, I'll always have mixed feelings about her pregnancy. I mean, I'm genuinely happy for her pregnancy, and I wish her all the best as she embarks on this new chapter in her life, but what stung was that her pregnancy announcement videos were how I found out she had blocked me on both channels. That moment hurt because it wasn't just the loss of connection, but the feeling of being shut out without any explanation. What hurt the most wasn't just being blocked, but the confusion that came with it. I had always shown respect and admiration for her, and I tried to connect in a genuine way. When I found out I was blocked, I didn't understand why, especially after I'd only asked a couple of times without pressure if she'd seen my email. I still don't know why it happened, and that's something I'll never fully understand. I tried to make sense of it, but I've accepted that I may never get an answer. What's hard is that I was only trying to express gratitude and connect, but the response was rejection. It's something I'm still processing. Just like with the first woman, I'm not sharing this to attack her, I'm sharing my side of the story to express the hurt I felt and to process everything. Her content still means a lot to me, and I don't regret showing her appreciation, but the blocking left me with a lot of unanswered questions. Now that I've reflected on the second woman, let's move on to the third. This part brings a different kind of pain, but it's just as important to share. The third woman was someone I admired for a long time. Her ASMR videos always created a calming environment, and I found comfort in them, especially during tough moments. She had a way of making people feel cared for, which resonated with me. I attended her birthday/channelversary livestream on January 15th earlier this year to distract myself from personal struggles. I remember her talking about her first upload, a perfume haul, which I vaguely remembered. I commented and she thanked me, a small, nice connection. Afterward, I felt compelled to email her to express my gratitude for her content. I wanted her to know how much it had meant to me, especially due to my autism. It was a simple email, just wanting to connect. 5 days later, after I got nudged by Gmail, I followed up in the comments of her videos, asking her twice if she'd seen it. The first time she hearted but didn't reply, and the second time she responded, telling me she had seen it, thanking me very much for it with a little heart emoji at the end of it. That was the last time I ever received a heart and a reply from her. I remember a short she uploaded shortly after her ASMR video where she confirmed she'd seen it. The short had something with dark blue in it. I praised it, feeling happy she'd seen my email. Then, out of curiosity and nerves before a gaming event which I was volunteering at the next day, I asked if she had a favourite part of the email. A few hours later, I checked and saw my comment wasn't there anymore to everyone else who was viewing the short. It stung, and I knew exactly what had happened. I tried to stay connected through TikTok, following her very shortly after she blocked me on YouTube and commenting on 2 of her videos. I don't remember the first one or what I said in it, but I do remember the second one was on a TikTok where she rated the wedding dresses she tried on. I told her how lovely they all looked on her. She liked both comments, which made me think everything was fine. But in late March 2025, I noticed I was no longer following her. I checked my following list and realized she had blocked me. It hurt. I had hoped for a different outcome. What hurt wasn't just the blocking, but the confusion. I had been respectful, tried to connect, and just wanted to show appreciation. I still don't know what went wrong. I feel rejected, though I never intended to cause any harm. What's hardest is that I wasn't trying to be intrusive, I just wanted a connection. The blocking felt like a wall, and it made me question myself, even though all I did was express gratitude. Like I've already said, I'm not here to attack anyone, I just want to express the hurt and confusion I still feel. The blocking wasn't just about being shut out, it's about how it made me feel as a person, especially a neurodivergent person. I still admire her work, and even though I'm still subscribed to all 3 of them, I hide the notifications because I just can't bear the reminder. Their content once brought me comfort, but the blocking left me with so many unanswered questions. It's been tough, but sharing this is part of my journey, and I feel it needs to be heard. Now that I've reflected on the third woman, I'll move on to wrap this up. but there's just one more thing I need to share before we end.
Sorry, I got some Pepsi on my bib.
Originally, I had plans to read a monologue called The Blocks That Broke Me, as it covers everything I've been through with these three women, how I discovered their content, and how I found out they blocked me. However, since I refer to their names in that one, and I want to remain respectful, I can't read it today. Instead, I'm going to read a different monologue where I reflect on everything in the third person without mentioning any names or YouTube. I just wanted to express how I feel about this situation, so here it is. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. By me. He didn't expect much, just a response, a moment of kindness, to know how he mattered, but instead there was silence, then erasure. No explanation, no warning, just being shut out, and all he was left with was wondering, what did I do wrong? Was I too much, too honest, too myself? The absence felt heavy, like something good slipped away without him realizing it was even there. The only thing he could feel was the weight in his chest, the ache in his stomach. He wishes someone had just said something, I need space, or this isn't okay for me, but instead they chose silence, and it broke something inside him. He never thought he was owed their time, he just wanted connection. He believed in explaining, in teaching, in forgiving, but they didn't. Now all he carries is the confusion, the ache, and the unanswered questions. Why wasn't he enough? Why was he too much? And now all that's left is silence. He's still here, trying to make sense of it all. This story is about understanding the hurt and the silence I've carried. It's not about blaming anyone, just sharing how it's affected me and hoping that by speaking I can find some peace. My hope is simple, that the three women hear this and understand how much their actions impacted me. I hope for open communication and perhaps the return of the content that meant so much to me from the first woman. I miss those videos so much and I still wish I could see them again, but if that doesn't happen, I've come to terms with it. Sharing this hope is part of my healing. To the three of you, if you're watching this, I'm sorry for how things ended. I never meant to hurt anyone. I just wanted to connect, show appreciation, and share what your content meant to me. I hope in time you can forgive me and see my intentions. I've shared this because it's my journey, and I hope others who've faced rejection or confusion know they're not alone. My story might offer some healing for both myself and anyone who's felt the same way. Sometimes we don't get the answers we need, but we keep moving forward. This video has been part of my healing process, and I'm grateful to have shared it with you. Thank you for listening and understanding. If you've been through something similar, I see you. You're not alone.